He's just like, oh, but we've been invaded by so many migrants. My parents built this country. Well, how can you expect us to go to due process for 20 million peoples? And it's like, dude, shut the up. Just say it with your goddamn chest, you. I hate you so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like so stupid. What? All right, let's watch something fun. One night with Steiny. I did the podcast with Steiny, and I think it was good.
Saturday is the best day of the beef. I don't know. You're one for the drama.
I am unfamiliar with the drama that you guys were getting into. He's one of the Nelk boys.
He is.
Okay.
But you're one that's always in drama.
Yeah, I am. I don't try to be. I mean, I talk about politics for the most part, but drama always seems to find its way.
I don't like it, bro.
I don't like it either.
I don't know how you guys. I
hate it.
You're I don't know if he's your arch nemesis or your opper, but H3H3. You guys go at it daily. Maybe he goes at you. I don't know.
I think is a little bit slanted in the opposite direction, where I think he goes after me quite a bit. I don't have any ill intent towards him. Like, I wish him well. I hope he's doing all right. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, you know. Yeah.
And I don't even know this, but you guys said you had a podcast.
We did, yeah. We had a podcast called Leftovers.
That?
It was like, well, it ended right after October 7. Like it ended like a month after October 7, basically. But we had a podcast where we would talk about politics, called Leftovers. And we did that for like 2 years, I think.
It probably did pretty well, right?
It did pretty well, yeah. Yeah.
Damn. You've talked about us before, right?
Of course. The Nelk boys.
Probably. I can't imagine how positive.
Oh, definitely not very positive.
Yeah, tell me. Refresh my memory, please.
I think I've probably said a million things. I mean, I love Bradley, for the record. Bradley Martin.
Don't know. That's great.
Okay, but
irrelevant, sir.
But as far as the Nelk brand goes, oh buddy,
what's your beef, dude?
What do you mean? What's my beef? You guys, first of all, you guys love Donald Trump. If we're gonna go there, we can go there.
We could go a little bit there. I feel like.
How much you liking Donald Trump right now?
I mean, I'm losing a lot of money. I lost a lot of money this past.
It's for the greater good, though, right? That's what he said.
But that happens. No, I mean, the market's gonna correct itself. Like, it'll all come back. Do you not agree with that? I guarantee you, it'll figure this out, and it'll be all right for everybody right now who's suffering from this.
I'm not suffering from this.
Like me, and you are you?
I mean, I don't really have any stocks.
You got crypto?
No, I don't have any crypto.
Really?
I don't crypto at all.
Wow, I took you for a crypto guy.
No.
I feel like every streamer has a lot of crypto.
No, that's because every streamer does deals
Gambling?
with the crypto casino stake. Mm-hmm. That's why they all have crypto.
Got it.
I don't do that either.
Is that just like
I do gamble. I mean, I like gambling. I don't have an issue with it.
Just when you're in Vegas?
Yeah, I just don't like promoting it for the most part.
And I'm sure, have you been offered big deals before?
I'm not directly through stake. I mean, I've been offered crazy deals. I was offered like $500,000 for a poker tournament one time. I turned that down.
For one tournament?
Yeah,
just to play?
Yeah, I was offered.
Wait, whoa. Why? How do you turn that down?
What do you mean? I don't gamble like that.
But to play, you get $500,000 for free.
Yeah, to play poker too. But I also don't know how to play poker. That's another thing.
Yeah,
but even
that's why you like Brad. I feel like because you guys got that like ego thing where it's like you don't want to. You'd rather save the $500K and not risk embarrassing yourself in poker.
Oh no, I embarrass myself all the time. I don't give a shit about that. I was thinking about it ethically, where I just don't like the promotion of gambling in general. I think it should be like heavily regulated. Mm-hmm. But even then, I just thought that's not for me. There was a crypto. Remember that like online.
His main producer is also a massive HasanAbi head, by the way, which kind of shocked me to my core. I forgot to mention that. Like, he was stoked. He was like, dude, I've been watching you for years. I'm a huge fan. Yeah. Jewish HasanAbi heads rise up. Literally. It was shocking.
Crypto prediction thing.
His name? Megaphonics. That's right. y'all were wondering what Wife Guy Megaphonics does when he's not in the chat. That's it. I met him at Steiny's podcast. Megaphonics is Magaphonics, producer for Steiny.
Thing that got like raided by the FBI. What was it?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What was that?
Yeah, Polymarket.
Yeah, but they're still active right now.
Yeah, they offered me $1 million as a starting point just for the election day coverage. I said no to that. For just sponsored the election coverage. I said no to that.
I mean, I gotta respect that, bro. At least you're doing what you believe in. See, the difference between us is I drink, I gamble.
I mean, I do all those things too.
I have sex, so Rose Sparks promoted them as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't have any issues like promoting, I don't know, sex.
Yeah. Well, so what's your other biggest issue with us besides our support for Trump? Is there anything else, or is that mainly what you attack us for?
It's not just about Trump. I think it's more so about the presentation of a lifestyle that I feel like revolves around a lot of, when in fact, like, I do also come from that background myself. You know, are you also Canadian? Because I heard that the Nelk boys are Canadian.
Very proud American.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they brought you on. They were like, we have Americans with us.
Well, Steve's American too.
Okay.
Kyle and Jesse are the Canadians.
All right, so some of them are Canadians. I just remember thinking like these are. Did they go to college? Did you go to college?
I did.
So you went to college? Did they? Yeah, I did.
Where'd you go?
I went to Rutgers. I went to University of Miami and then Rutgers. And the thing is, like I lived this, you know, the frat lifestyle or whatever. And a lot of people say I'm too broy to begin with, but for me, I feel like the political signifiers associated with that doesn't have to be like, I don't know, on trans people, on marginalized identities, things of that nature. And I feel like there's a lot of that.
I think
from what I've seen
sure.
of the Nelk boys.
I mean, the transgenders for Trump, they did like a prank like that. I think that was.
Did they? I didn't even see that. I'm just associated with the overall vibes.
Sure, I understand that, but it's all in like. It's meant to be very harmless.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
Trump is.
What happened to the
harmless,
fucking chat? Is chat broken?
To your stock
but I mean,
portfolio.
at least he's a genuine person.
To your stock portfolio.
Come back, Hasan. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna
My
be
chat
richer than I've
arena,
ever
bro.
been during
Yo,
chat, bro.
Look, it might.
What is going on? What the hell? What the helly? Uh-oh. I feel like Twitch just hit the shitter. Oh, no. I don't even know if you guys are watching right now. It says I got 0 viewers and 0 followers. Uh-oh. Did the entire website break? What the hell? All right, I guess we just keep going. We just keep rolling. Oh, it's back. It's back. Okay. I don't know what that was. That was weird, huh? I got scared, chat. I'm not going to lie. I got scared. As it was a scary moment. I don't like that. I felt like I was I felt like I lost you guys for a moment. You know, I missed you. That was messed up. The whole site was down except for a VTuber, it seems, special event. I didn't even see that.
It might. It's just I'm not even saying it won't. I don't really care about the stock market in terms of like I don't think the stock market is a healthy assessment of the economy.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of the stuff that he's doing beyond the stock market is pretty bad.
Okay, so let me ask you something. How long you lived in LA for?
10+ years at this point, like 12 years.
Okay, so my biggest issue, and I think what has pushed me more to the conservative side, is after living here, state income tax is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very leftist, like especially with Biden president. It was almost like the woke mindset was pushed heavily in LA.
What do you mean by that?
It just seemed like there was too much like that wasn't necessary.
Like what?
Just like the LGBTQ was just very pushed upon you, and it was like almost disingenuous.
Well, first of all, let me just start out by saying I'm not a Brandon supporter. I would not consider Gavin Newsom to be a leftist either.
He's actually talked about how he's starting to go more towards the middle.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys do.
You have to now.
I don't think you have to. As a matter of fact, I think they should actually go to the left instead of aesthetically presenting themselves as like woke people and then drop all of that and look like hypocrites. Mm-hmm. That was one of my big criticisms of Kamala Harris and also Biden too, which was this idea that they called Trump racist and Trump supporters racist for the border wall. And then by the time the election came around, they were like, actually, we want to build the border wall. I was like, the fuck are you doing?
Of course, yeah.
You look like a goddamn hypocrite.
But that's because it became a huge problem.
But the reason why it became a huge problem wasn't necessarily because it actually was a huge problem. It was because it was dominating the media landscape.
Yeah.
So I think you'll agree with me on the assessment that like the media, oftentimes mainstream news, will lie to you and has the capacity to change people's perception, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I think that on the issue of immigration, on the issue of crime, the media greatly overemphasized this narrative that undocumented migrants were doing crimes left and right. When in fact, when you look at the actual data itself, they are doing less crime per capita than natural born US citizens are, like significantly less. Trump would go on the campaign trail and would say, undocumented migrants are doing 100,000 murders a year. Hundreds of thousands of people are being killed, right? You look at the actual data, how many undocumented, like non-citizen, documented and undocumented, as a matter of fact, murders and murder convictions took place in the fiscal year 2024?
I have no idea.
If I were to ask you. But like Trump is saying hundreds of thousands. Give me a ballpark.
How many murders are happening in the U.S.?
How many convictions has taken place for a non-citizen, both documented and undocumented, in the fiscal year of 2024?
Convictions.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it way more difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
20,000.
I think the last time I checked, it was 24. Not 24,000, 24.
There's no way.
How fuck?
Convictions, then yeah.
Yeah.
I think that doesn't matter though.
Wait, what do you mean?
Bro, there's a lot of murders that happen in places like Detroit, Chicago, that you get away with murder. I think.
You think there's a lot of unsolved murders that the undocumented migrants are doing?
No, I thought we were talking about documented too.
Yeah, and documented as well.
You're trying to say in a whole year there's only 24 murders.
24 murder convictions in the fiscal year. Yeah, murder in the fiscal year 2024.
See, I don't know, bro. I'll go on X. You ever go on X late at night and see like the dark side of X?
I feel like all sides. I've seen
six guys die in one drive-by. I swear, that's like what I've seen.
They're undocumented.
Huh?
How do you know they're undocumented?
It seems like they get away with it in the video.
That's okay.
I'll send you the link,
but
and then you tell me. But you don't know they're undocumented. I'm watching at night.
You don't know they're undocumented. You don't know if they actually get caught later down the line.
24 is.
There's a lot of unsolved
ridiculous.
murders. My point was there's a lot of solved murders as well, right? There's a lot of charges for murder and convictions for murder, and you got to adjust. You got to look at the disparity. You have to look at what percentage of the convicted murders were documented U.S. citizens versus undocumented, and then extrapolate from that data.
Okay, OJ.
There's no
OJ not convicted, so that would make it 25. So there's one, right?
Oh, well, OJ is documented citizen,
but he's not convicted.
That's true.
So there's 25.
Well,
so you just missed one.
He's also very, very wealthy, you know? So I think being wealthy and being a celebrity probably helps in that regard. When I
think the timing of that helped it.
The timing of that definitely played a role too. It became a political issue as well.
Yeah.
But overall, what I'm trying to say is the idea, the disparity between like what Trump is saying about undocumented migrants versus like what the reality is.
Why'd you talk to this guy? Because he has an audience. What do you mean? His audience are the people that need to hear this more than you, dumbass. What kind of question is this, dude? What do you mean? I talked to him because you have no way of talking to him or his fans. I do. That's why I do this.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They do crimes, and of course, everybody has the capability of doing crime, right? They're not like a hive mind. They're not a monolith. You got from Guatemala at the age of like 35 coming in, and you got dudes from China coming in as well.
Sure, yeah.
Totally different demographics. They're not all collectively like a hive mind, even though we try to make it seem as though they're all operating on the same ideals, where they're coming into America to be like, I'm going to do crimes. I can't wait to do.
So where do you get all your information from? Because you're clearly passionate and educated on this, but where do you get?
Everywhere.
You got to get your information from somewhere, right?
Everywhere. I look at it. Over the course of my stream, I stream on Twitch for 8 to 10 hours every single day, 7 days a week.
7 days a week, you do?
Yeah, 7 days a week.
Holy.
Over the course of my broadcast, I will look at every outlet. I probably watch more Fox News and right-wing outlets than I do liberal ones.
You got to watch Fox. Fox News is better than CNN.
I mean, better how? More entertaining.
More entertaining, better-looking women.
I don't really
You don't pay
care.
attention
I
to
don't.
that, but I'm just saying.
I don't pay attention to that because like I'm
Smart.
Not
It's a
fuck
smart.
Laura
It's a
Ingram
smart.
either. You know
no,
what I
but
mean?
it's a smart marketing tactic that they will do.
I guess if you say so. I don't want to my newscasters. I want them to tell me the truth.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about. But if and I know you know what I'm talking about. But every single day, are you only talking politics, or do you talk to about other stuff?
I talk about other stuff too. I usually do like the first 4 to 5 hours is like heavy politics, and then after that I move on to other stuff like culture stuff. I play video games. I do all of it.
Are you involved, or do you do anything with any other streamers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I collaborate with streamers.
I know, because I saw you've had beefs with streamers before, right?
I have had beefs with streamers.
I think Aiden and Neon, or maybe I'm wrong.
Well, the Neon one I think was more so like a one-sided beef on his end. I didn't really have beef with him. I didn't know because I only found out when he came up and apologized to me at the
I saw that. That's what I'm talking
that I
about.
was at. Yeah, he was like, "I'm so sorry that I I came after you pretty hard. I was talking to you." He's like, "You're Muslim. I'm Muslim." I was like, I don't. Okay, but with Aiden, the Aiden one is crazy because like. I was pretty friendly with Aiden before the Andrew Tate stuff.
Yeah. So okay. So that's what.
I think that's what like started the spiral. I would say I was like trying to help him out. I was like, listen, don't do this, don't do that, do this instead.
So you were telling him, yo, don't collab with Tate at all?
No, I was trying to guide him down like a more reasonable path because I always look to people like Kai and look to people like Speed as like great examples of how to manage your media career and, do what you want to do, still have fun, be as honest as you want to be, but don't become like a toxic brand or a toxic person in general. And this was, of course, we're talking Aiden before Andrew Tate, so I don't know how many years ago this is.
Probably
at this
3
point.
or 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. Like I would talk to him all the time. We've collabed together before, and I tried to tell him like, don't do this, don't lean into this like right wing. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for your brand. It's not going to be good for your mental space. It's just going to be bad for you overall. And he just went fully off the deep end on that front. I mean, the smelling Andrew Tate's seat and
oh yeah, the smelling the seat's such low hanging fruit. Anytime someone does that, I'm like, bro, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he was memeing.
But I will say it does seem like things didn't go so bad for him. Like I feel like Aiden's doing really well right now.
I guess
he did like, you could say whatever you want, whether you like Trump or not. Doing a stream with the future president of the United States is pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of my friends have interviewed Trump,
and the majority of people in the country supported him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I still despise the guy. I don't even like Kamala Harris too.
Yeah.
So to be fair, but I mean, he is zesty. He's very telegenic. I will say that.
What do you think about they had that
note for him?
What?
That's one W for Trump.
Is what, he's zesty?
Yeah.
Trump is zesty?
You don't think he's zesty?
No, I haven't seen that.
Has more powder on his face than
he just wants to look good. What's wrong with looking good, bro?
No, it's
you have
not
product
just
in your
that.
hair right now.
I don't.
Yeah, there's no way that's not.
No, I just have minoxidil. I put Rogaine.
Oh,
for my hairline.
Nice.
Yeah, but it looks like I got product.
No, okay.
But no, that's not the only reason why he's zesty. He's a New York guy. He loves Broadway. You ever heard him talk about?
He appreciates artwork and good
yeah,
acting.
That's what I mean. He's zesty.
You don't appreciate good acting.
No, I do too, but I'm also zesty. But
Okay.
Donald Trump is like he presents himself as this like.
But you could be zesty and still love chicks. I had a photo of
I think Donald Trump is a bisexual
dude.
Bisexual aromantic. That's what I think.
Okay, I don't know what aromantic means. Like
He's just like he just doesn't aromantic. Like he doesn't have romantic relationships. He just like doesn't really he fucks for power. But he is I think he's
my boy wants to get his steak at a dinner at a steakhouse, and then he wants to get laid after.
Look at the way he walks around. I mean, I like that aspect of Trump, by the way. So
you only like the zesty part about him.
Yeah, I think he's a drama queen. It's so funny. He talks about Graydon Carter and he's like Vanity Fair parties. They used to be so much
He's
better.
a Hollywood guy. He's on The Apprentice.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah, but so I mean.
So you're seeing what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
No, I think his history, like as you've seen, as your zesty, just being in LA, Hollywood, whatever. Maybe it makes you a little more zesty. Naturally.
Sure. Are you you're around Hollywood?
Yeah, I mean, there was a fake photo of me on a billboard. I don't know. We can't even pull it up. And I actually have a photo of you, bro.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that I got sent.
Show me my photo.
And I don't know. I thought this was sketch with a AI face.
Okay.
So this is what I saw.
Oh, that's real. Yeah.
Is this real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to see it. Wait, without showing it, is there anyone? You show me where you're.
Judge, show him my zesty photo. And don't send it to him because you might want to keep that one. I look good.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Can you explain yours
This
in the maid
photo
outfit?
is crazy.
Whose house were you cleaning?
I went to Japan.
Were you cleaning someone's house?
We were in I was a maid in a maid cafe.
Okay.
For one of the streams that we did, we literally went to a maid cafe, and all the maids there taught us like how to be a maid.
And they made you dress up and
Yeah, we dressed up.
Genuinely, you hold your own so well in this, dude. Respect. Yeah, because unlike many people in this audience, unfortunately, I'm a normal person who knows how to have normal conversations with normal people without immediately turning the conversation into a back and forth political battle. Like, why would I be weird to this guy? Okay? It's not everything is a debate, chatters. I'm just being a normal guy. He is also lightly jabbing here to be like, see, look at you in this maid outfit. But the reality is, like, he thinks that's an embarrassing moment for me, where it's like, no, I put that shit on myself. I film myself doing it. I don't have any issues with that. I look good as. Do you see what I mean? Like, I am confident in my sexuality. I'm confident in my masculinity. That's the difference.
I made myself dress up.
damn, bro.
I'm a 33-year-old adult man.
I mean, you're
nobody's making
comfortable
me...
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could show son.
I look good as hell, dude.
Yeah, I look better in my zesty photo.
Let me see.
Guaranteed I'll be your zesty
See,
photo.
and he got confident in that moment.
What the?
Yeah, this is the photo. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen, by the way. This photo is so much gayer than the maid outfit. Because not all of us can be calm and charitable when someone is saying sex is transphobic shit. You have insane patience that most of us don't have. No, it's called I'm a straight white guy. That's what it is. And also, I urge you, regardless of your background, regardless of your gender, regardless of your identity, to also try to, unlock that zen inside of you, no matter what kind of adversity you're facing. Because, and I know it's difficult, I know it's emotional labor, but it is very successful. This is a grinder pick, Lamau, yeah.
Okay, take your phone back.
Hey, yo!
Take your phone back. Take your phone back.
Bro, you can show this.
It's already on the internet, unfortunately.
The hell? You took this photo? Who was this for? Who was this for?
Okay, so bro, like, do you ever just get bored at night when you're at the house by yourself?
That is...
Okay.
I've never taken a photo like that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right.
That is way gayer than me dressing up in a maid outfit. What the?
Okay. All right. So basically, I actually said it to him because I knew, like, yo, he's definitely awake right now. Like, I'm just gonna have him be like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted him to be like,
To be pretty for a moment.
I look good, dude.
You look.
You can admit I had clear skin. Like, I look kind of toned. No. You're in a maid outfit in Japan, bro, with cat ears on. What happened after that?
I did.
After that, I went to bed on that photo.
I've dressed up like that before. We went and we walked around. We went to a capybara cafe like that.
Oh, really?
In the maid outfit, yeah.
And this was for IRL?
Yeah. We did an IRL stream like that.
Who's we?
Me and a couple of my buddies.
Okay. They were in the maid outfit too?
Yeah.
So you did that with I was solo when I took my photo.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit more.
That makes it way more straight.
Yeah. Oh, that makes it way more straight.
Yes.
I was gonna say the exact opposite. I feel like.
Actually, I don't know.
By the way, I mean, I don't care if you're doing.
Why don't you
gay
remake
shit.
it?
What?
You should remake it for a stream.
I mean, I post way more risque photos than that one.
Yeah.
Like.
No, I almost canceled this interview. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, why?
Dude, I was telling my girl, I'm not kidding. I said, no, I'm going to do this podcast with Hasan. And she's like, oh, Hasan, what's your Twitch name? HasanAbi?
HasanAbi, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, HasanAbi? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, he's really attractive.
Oh.
Yeah, I kicked her out of my house.
I thought I was going to go to a totally separate...
No, I kicked her out of my house.
You kicked her out of your house?
Yeah. I said, yo, I'm going to battle with this guy. He does not with us. He's talking about us on the internet, and you're going to show him love like that, so we're no longer... seeing each other. She got kicked out of the house today.
You broke up with her over this?
Yeah, we're in a fight right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that.
No, I showed her the maid photo, and then I told her that you were gay, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's
so we're
cool.
back together.
She probably knows I'm not.
No, I don't know. I really want to know, bro, about... Oh, you have ball knowledge, too, apparently. Do you watch the NBA a lot?
No.
What?
No, not at all.
But you hoop a lot.
I do hoop a lot. I play a lot of basketball, but
you don't watch
I don't
any
really
NBA?
watch any NBA, no.
Why?
I just watch mostly anime, and
Yeah.
I watch movies and TV shows.
I have a
and stuff
Dragon Ball
like
Z
that.
shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But because are you in the
That's
gym?
What?
Are you in the gym?
I am in the gym, yeah.
So I like the Trend Twins a lot. Are you
I
familiar
love
with
the
them?
Trend. Yeah, I
Bro,
love
my
the Trend
favorite
Twins.
guys ever.
Yeah.
And they always wear anime tees. So
I'm more
got
of a
one.
Sam Sulek fan myself, but I mean, look,
Sam's a little too like chill for me.
yeah.
Like the Trend Twins, I like the like, bro, get me
yeah,
fired
they're
up. I want to
yacked
take
out of their
steroids.
mind.
I want to take steroids because they take steroids.
Bro, how do you hang out with Bradley Martin and not take steroids?
He like makes them not look fun.
Wait,
Because you
why?
only see like the anger. I want to get like rage to lift, not rage
Yeah.
to fight. You know.
Okay.
So I see the rage to fight side
I
of
feel
him.
like he's a teddy bear. Does he get angry? I've only seen him
He
get
gets angry with me, bro. He's choked me a couple times.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it? What's
No, I'll talk about it. I don't care.
like how does that happen? Did you deserve it?
I told like 5 people outside that they could get a free day pass,
Uh-huh.
and he came outside like Bart Simpson choking me. He was like, "Don't you ever do that again?" And I had to Venmo him $300 a couple of food. Yeah, so I had that experience with him, but other than that, he's done nothing but nice to me. Me and Brad are good friends. We have
Yeah.
a great relationship.
I've never had like a weird.
Well, he's not gonna you, bro. You're big too.
But
He
he's
doesn't
way
pick
bigger
on
than
people
me.
his own size.
He's way bigger than me though. He's
Maybe, yeah. You guys might be close in the same height, but he's obviously
he's
stronger.
he's so much stronger than me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We lifted together one time when I had a New Yorker magazine journalist like following me around to write a profile, and he was going crazy. He was just putting up like it's nothing. He was putting up like 4 plays, 5 plays on the deadlift. I was like, I'm done.
Oh
I'm out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a strong.
Very strong dude.
I want to know what's Elon's daughter's name, son, not daughter, Vivian.
Vivian, yeah.
How did that collab come about? That was the last thing I saw you do.
She was
Because she exposed Elon for not being this Diablo player, right?
yeah, but
You
everybody
stole my look.
I thought he was number 1.
shut up.
I thought he was number
you
1,
did
bro.
not think his
Okay.
was unironically quote unquote running 8 companies or whatever, and also constantly grinding in Diablo. Like,
no, but that'd be gangster if he did.
no, there's not enough physical time in
Yeah,
the day.
okay, you're right.
And also, I don't even think he does too much for like running the companies or whatever. But like, he wants to be liked, and everybody wants to be liked. It's understandable, but like, he is pay someone much better than him to play his characters so that he can.
So that's
present
what you think
himself.
happened.
That's
It's
what
like
I
he paid
know
someone to
happened.
play with his tag.
Oh, well, that is like, you can get as
Okay,
much.
first of all, you're
can get
looking
as-
at the glass half empty, bro. That is the sickest job of all time. To
yeah,
get paid by Elon to play Diablo as Elon. So you're wrong there. Maybe it is a facade, but
To
I
be fair,
respect
you
that.
got to grind pretty hard. Like, you're literally playing the video game so much that you're most likely playing it at a professional level anyway. That like, at that point, it's no longer fun. It's just a job.
Sure.
You know.
Well, so what's yours and Vivian's relationship then?
I
just one
said
collab?
because Elon was talking about
To
me
you?
on Twitter, yeah, and I was like, listen, I'll have you on the broadcast if you're like, man to man, because he has not been a fan of mine for quite some time because I had his baby mama Grimes on a couple years ago on the show, and ever since
I'll
then,
be honest, I can see now why someone who never watches you or knows any better can think you're just a grifter when watching this convo. What have I said in this conversation that isn't literally the same message that I repeat everywhere, just adjusted slightly to the audience because I'm not a fucking weirdo and I'm going to talk about like the labor theory of value with Steiny. I know I'm trying to understand what you were trying to say here, but like, it's just a normal conversation being had with a normal person in the real world. Normal, not because like Steiny is I mean, he's not a normal dude. Obviously, he's fucking part of the Nelk Boys. He's very wealthy. But normal in the sense that he represents the average American's political opinions a lot closer than you. I think I know what that chatter means. I think because you're not a personification of the SJW stereotype, they think you're putting up a fake character. Yeah, but the point here is that like you can be chill and have fun and be a normal, cool guy and still maintain your values. Because if you noticed in this conversation, there are moments where I am gently and in a humorous way explaining my positions. Exactly what the other person said. Yeah, the issue on the other hand is that a lot of people only hyper-focus on the aesthetics and they can't comprehend that like you can be this way. I want more people to be like me. I want more people to be like me. I want people to have their own personal interests and be able to navigate through conversations that might otherwise become difficult. Also, the severity with which you talk about leftist topics to a community of leftists versus toned down version you portray to non-leftists could make people think you're softening up. I don't think you're softening up. I'm just saying it come across that way to people who aren't as familiar. Yeah, that's what fucking Ethan Klein tried to say was me lying to people and manipulating people. No, that's just called being a normal human being. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? That's just a lot of people, I think, unironically are antisocial and have lost touch with how to react and have a normal conversation with human beings. Does that make sense? You realize we fail where you win with normal people, i.e. racists and homophobes? No, that's also not true. That's also not true. That's why I always say the greatest antidote to transphobia is a chill trans coworker. Okay? That's it. Like a chill trans coworker who just works every single day at the job and talks to coworkers about their shared interests is perhaps the greatest antidote that you can ever have to people having transphobic opinions. Straight up. And the trans people in this chat will reconfirm that. How many people gave you, if you're a trans HasanAbi head, when you first start, I don't know if someone suspected you were trans or whatever, I'm sure that that's always top of mind, right? I don't know. I don't have any personal experience with this, but like, I'm sure that that's like a worry that you have, right? A worry, understandably, you have that like your coworkers are going to look at you differently, think about you differently. And then you broach the subject, not on the virtue of trans issues or whatever, but instead you just like have a normal conversation with them and you slowly start recognizing that your coworkers are initially, your coworkers that initially might have treated you differently are like, oh, damn, like, you're just like us. You know what I mean? You're not an alien. That's it. That's it. It's true. I was transphobic for a long time. My trans coworker was a jerk, but I realized that was just her personality. Nice, dude. It's like that one TikTok sound sample that lists like 30 things a person is, but it's a caricature of the most annoying liberals. Yeah. You as a trans person have a secret weapon, just being normal and around other human beings. If you can crack a couple jokes on top of that, and not like weird autism jokes, okay? But like shit that some random coworker could also find funny, it's over. It's a wrap. You have eradicated transphobia one person at a time. Asking anyone in your community is a big ass dog, says conservative dad one. It's hilarious that you're saying that because it's so untrue. Because as far as Twitch streamer audiences goes, demonstrably, my audience is very much online and also have jobs. That much you see from the fucking rallies that we go to, and that much I experience from being outside all the goddamn time and meeting you outside randomly. So, you know.
And he's not been a big fan.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, to say the least. And
were you afraid when you do something like that? There's no like...
Afraid?
Not even afraid, but like...
No.
You like bros before thing.
He's not my bro.
No, but like I'm not going to nobody's baby mama and having them on.
Oh no, I don't.
You don't give a
no,
okay.
Especially not Elon, and you know.
Okay, so go ahead.
But basically, there was already apparently some animosity on that front. I've never really been a fan of his to begin with, but after he talked on Twitter,
As trans women, I'm very chill and open about my gender, but being chill doesn't help truly bigoted people. It's not that case. It's not that case, unfortunately. I've gone through a fair bit, and plenty of other dolls have done the same. I think the best way to be is chill and firm. I need to assert my boundaries in a normal tone. I think it's a bit more complicated than that. Yes, I'm not saying this is like the... Don't take what I say literally. It's not literally an antidote to the poison of transphobia, okay? Yes, of course. There are still going to be incredibly bigoted people. Burgles!
Calling me
thank you for the 50 bones.
R word. I refuse to say it. It's lame now. It's lame to say.
Why?
Because like hedge fund managers are saying it.
So what? So are you and me off camera, probably.
No, I don't even say it off camera. This is the first time
I don't say
dropped it.
Just to be clear, Hasan said it. I don't even say the
But I just think it's when you got 65-year-old hedge fund managers trying to be edgy, like you got Elon Musk saying it.
I haven't seen them. Have they said that publicly? So
he said that to me. Call me a R word.
He tweeted that?
Yeah. It's like, bro, you're a 60-year-old man. You're the richest person on the planet. What the are you doing?
I did not know that he said that.
Yeah,
okay,
he's like he blocked because I had blocked him.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, he's afraid of me. You know, that's why he blocked me. I was like, no, dumbass, it's because you post 1 million times a day and you boost the algorithm so we see your 9gag memes.
But no parties like, yo, is this pretty cool that I'm going at it with the Elon Musk? Do you even look at it like that at this point?
No.
It's just whatever.
It's just I don't really think about it like that.
Okay,
but look, there's two ways to go about it. Being annoying and a woke scold and being like, well, this is ableist language. It's problematic. How dare you do this? How dare you engage in this? Or you say, hey, it's lame as fuck. It's dork behavior, which is true. Both of these statements are true. Which one you use will vary greatly. Your success will depend on which one you go with when you have these conversations. Important lessons here for a lot of you to learn and take home with you and to demonstrate in the real world, okay? It is the same thing that I always do when I talk about trans issues as well. And I think we get into like trans women in sports at a certain point. And I think it's important to also learn a lesson there as well.
So in your savage ways, you went straight to his...
So I said, if you don't want,
that he lost the woke mind virus,
if you don't want to come on, then, you know, I'm going to have Grimes on again. I'm going to have your daughter on. And she saw it and she was like, oh yeah, I'd love to come on the stream.
Damn, bro.
So I had her on the stream. It was great.
Why are you always dunking on autism? Autistic F, don't disclose the work and don't go undetected, but the constant dogging on neurodiversity is hurtful to hear from someone I look up to. It's because I'm ableist, chatter. That's why. Okay? It's because I'm fucking ableist. This is the most autistic community on the internet. Okay? Talk to me about your rad score. The chat is exhausting. I know. It is pretty funny. I heard you say autistics don't pay taxes. Oh, I talked about this on the Fear M podcast as well. Dude, RFK Jr. is so fucking funny. RFK Jr. is the most insane person on the planet. I talked about it on the fucking Fear M podcast. I forgot about that. Where is it? RFK feels like a Metal Gear Solid character. I agree. Hold on. What did he say?
This is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. And more importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional and regressed because of some environmental exposure into autism when they're...
Some environmental exposure to autism.
2 years old. And these are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job. They'll never play baseball. They'll never write a poem. They'll never go out on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. And we have to recognize we are doing...
That's so funny, dude. Well, I don't know what he thinks autism is, bro. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what he's describing. Like what could he be describing? What the fuck is he talking about, dude? Yeah. I say, is Elon Musk the only autistic person this moron has been around? What is like he's talking about autism like it's not a spectrum and instead like cerebral palsy at its end stage. You know what I mean? Like it's a massive spectrum. And even if you're talking about like, and I know this is the outdated language here, but like low functioning, right? What is or high needs? Is that the new way to say it? I don't know. Back when I used to work with autistic boys, it was called high functioning, low functioning, but I think it's like something different now. High support needs versus low support needs. Yeah. So he's talking about like not just high support needs, but like the highest level of support needs. And even then it's not just, well, I guess, yeah, you're right. I still work with autistic boys, but it's full blown dumbass. Yeah. The newest meta is to just say that you have full blown autism. Is tier 1, 2, and 3 now. That's how you know all this like autism diagnosis shit is also being done by autistic people, because y'all have changed the fucking designation basically every week, dude. Who's keeping up with this? You have to make autism your hyperfixation to be able to keep up with what the new meta is. It's all the same shit. God damn. We went from like obviously problematic shit, right? Understandable, like Asperger's or fucking I don't know, the notion that like there must be a cure for autism, to, you know, changing that stuff is all right and understandable, right? Because you're diving into like eugenics territory. To high functioning is no longer appropriate. You now have to say high special needs, and then you're like, well, you know what? You can't say high special needs. Now it's tiers. It's like, I don't know, man. It changes too fast. I don't want to be mean. Anyway, RFK, not sure what he's talking about here, but I can tell you it's not autism. What an insane statement. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Let's get back to Steiny. It
was a great conversation. She is way funnier, way more charismatic than Elon ever could be. Elon's all
okay, but what is she like? Because my question is, because she her father publicly.
Yeah.
Like, what's her financial situation? Is she a black Tesla car?
She probably gets like, I don't know. I didn't ask her that, but she probably.
That's interesting though, right?
Yeah, no. I would assume that she probably gets like some kind of child support, like the benefits of that for sure. I mean, he's just person on the planet. He better be paying the out of that.
It'd be really difficult to see my kid with someone that hates me, talk shit about me, and then having to fund their lifestyle.
Well, sucks to suck, you know?
I mean, I guess.
What are you going to do? I mean, he's already done so much awful shit. I feel like conservatives that talk about like family values and whatever, they look at someone like Elon Musk, who has like a weird pregnancy fetish, it feels like, where he's getting like, he has like 14 children.
He has 14 kids?
Yeah, he has 14. You don't know? Haven't you hung out with him?
Yeah, but bro.
What the
I don't know about his personal stuff.
Bro, it's not. It's
we
like
talk about real life. We talk about colonizing Mars, dude.
Yeah, that's real life shit.
And me to we talk about changing the world. We don't talk about, like, how's the ex-baby mama? How's this kid?
Elon Musk, Nelk Boys collab. We're like, we're going to do.
We're like, yo, what's up, bro? You want some chocolate? What?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But going back to what we were talking about, what was I saying? I'm forgetting.
You were talking about, is it Vivian?
Yeah, we were talking about
the whole
Vivian.
collab and like her getting paid, or how he has 14 kids.
Yeah, oh yeah, he has 14 kids. So conservatives talk about how like they care about family values, and he has 14 kids, and he disowned his child. Like, I think that's really talking about how she's dead because of the woke mind. Where it's like, you have some respect for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty weird. Like, maybe it's because I'm Turkish, but like, it would take so much for me to publicly disown a family member. Like, they'd have to be you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they would have to be like
Dude, that's such a
someone
and I'm
who's
sorry.
done like crazy amounts of crimes for me to be like, yeah, he's not the best guy. You know what I mean?
You would agree that's a tough situation, but I will tell you, like,
Especially as a dad.
who I
like, you
think
have
about
more
right away
responsibility.
and who gets a lot of is Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Because his
Yeah, he's a great dad.
and he's super supportive.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
what
don't-
you're supposed to
It's
do.
so difficult. I don't know. I mean, I understand and I see where you're coming from, and I think as a father, you have that obligation to. I mean, a guy who can't spend time with their family isn't a man, according to Michael Corleone. So
Yeah, you're 100% right.
But that's
Michael
true.
Corleone was 100% right.
that's why that's one of the greatest movies of all time because it
Godfather's a great
preaches the
movie.
best morals. So
Yeah.
I do see what you're saying there. What do you think about you came in here in you got the exclusive red robe from Kanye. So I just want to see what you think about his
The red robe? What do you mean?
like you saw his black robe.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you don't get the joke?
Oh, I misunderstood. My bad. Oh, you were
Yeah.
sorry. I should have
God,
gone
dude, what
with
the
it.
f- is wrong with
I
you,
should have
bro?
gone
Aren't
with
you
it.
on- I thought you were
God
quick
damn
on
it.
your feet.
I should have went bit for bit.
Yeah, dude.
I was confused. I was like, what is
Would
the
you prefer
fuck?
to wear the black one or the red one?
Would I prefer to wear either of the Kanye robes?
You have to pick the
no,
black or
but if
red.
I have to wear one, I'd probably go with the black one because the red one is literally also a Klan's robe.
Yeah.
At least I don't think the Klan has a. They probably have a black robe too.
I haven't seen that one, even in movies.
yeah.
Even like Harold and Kumar. Have you seen Harold and Kumar?
Yeah, yeah.
That, you know that scene I'm talking about? Where
I don't remember, but I mean, I've seen the Klan robe.
Wait,
many
bro, you know what I'm
times.
talking about?
I see the Klan robe many times when we go to the meetings, like me and Kanye.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen it.
What do you think about his whole rant?
Too late.
He actually,
Too late for me to pick up on the bit now.
I mean, he's a bad guy.
Oh, I thought you were about to say he's a friend of the show.
No,
like,
no.
Nelk Boys
I mean,
Kanye collab.
Nah, bro,
you
we're
know,
not. You know, I mean, that guy's talked even the last couple days about supporting Diddy or Kelly.
no, he's lost. I mean, it's obvious he's lost his mind. Like, it's just.
He did. I don't agree with anything he has said, but he did say one thing today. That
Oh, I thought you were about to say
actually
he
agreed.
did graduation.
No, he did do graduation.
Have you considered graduation?
But he tweeted, "Why my need a purse when I'm the bag?" And that actually had me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because all these
Deep.
chicks that have Birkin bags and Chanel bags, they never actually have money in there. They're
Do
always
they
with the
not?
guy that has the money, right?
I don't
So-
know. I mean, I feel like there's the rich women out there that probably have money in there.
But
Maybe.
from where?
I don't know, from working.
What are they doing?
Who knows? They could be doing anything. They could be an accountant.
I want to find a chick that has a Birkin bag.
He's trying to get me to be misogynistic so bad, and I'm just not giving it to him at all. I'm like, I don't know.
Or a Chanel bag that doesn't do OnlyFans or something like that.
I feel like you have a sampling bias here.
Okay,
'Cause
why?
I'm around sex workers all the time, but like that's not the only women that I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think I'm a little bit too trapped in that right now. But that's not
Yeah.
the only women I know.
I feel I see that a lot with like those podcasts where they just like will hire women off of like sugar baby websites to like berate them.
I don't
You know
do
what I'm
that
talking
shit.
about? No, I'm not saying you do that, but those guys like a Fresh and Fit, right? Or there's another podcast I can't remember the
Ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
the
asked me
one.
to go on.
Exactly. They will like hire women off these websites.
I don't like that.
And then
content.
they're like, "Oh, you're for speaking back to me, f- you," and I'm like, "Who watches this?"
You know what's
It's
actually
so
funny about
lame.
that though?
What?
Is I don't know why I just thought of this, but I've had Dean Withers on a couple times. You and him would probably hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was actually just so ironic because he's definitely would have your stance and be like, "Yo, I don't support the Fresh and Fit or whatever. I don't support this podcast." And I had this girl on, and they were going back and forth. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just stops and he goes, "Can you name all the continents?" And just started saying that they would say to girls, and I was just like, "Bro, like,
Damn.
it's kind of weird. Like,
he
that's why
Could she name all the continents?
I didn't know how to answer because we're not gonna support that kind of behavior on this show."
Oh, you're like, I'm a feminist. You came out
Yeah.
and you were like,
well,
Dean,
she's bad, and I'm gonna say, you know what? You don't answer that.
she's
you don't need
bad.
to get that. Yeah.
If
But
she wasn't bad, you'd be like, you've been
Then you
cooking
answer
her
that
too.
fucking question. Yeah. No, but I think
I love that he went, she's bad, so I defended her. It's so funny.
I just think too that what I've noticed with having liberals, conservatives, and being like around both, you just kind of get, whether you agree with them or not, you at least get more genuine, and you know what you're getting. Like what you see is what you get with the conservative side.
Oh, with conservatives.
Yeah, I think a lot of the
Do you
time,
think
like,
liberals are faking it?
I think Gavin Newsom and me could have a great time, hit a bar, go have a good time, and act the same way that you would expect the conservatives to act. You know, have that kind of bro talk. And I think that a lot of the liberals really play into their audience.
I guess maybe some liberals do. I'm not one of those people. I mean, I'm very
genuine too, but I even think like,
but off camera and on camera, like the way I'm talking to you right now is not any different than it would be off camera.
Yeah,
I can't fake it. I'm live 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
would you agree with that assessment though? That it seems more like, because I did hang out with some of these guys off camera, and I don't think that they actually believe all they say, but they know like you can really get this on the internet. You can really get this loyal cult fan base if you were super leftist or you were really far left that buy into everything you say, and you got to double down and you got to stick with that, or they will turn on you. I think there's a lot more pressure on the left side of things than the right side.
Yes and no. I think there's less infighting on the right, if that's what you mean. But I mean, the Israel stuff is a major point of contention now on the right too. There's like a lot of drama there. But I think there's disingenuous grifters on the right. There's disingenuous grifters on the left as well. I maintain the position that it's like, for the reasons that you just mentioned, it's a lot harder to grift to the left because everybody's constantly up here. Like your own allies are constantly up being like, you're not sufficiently woke, or on this issue or that issue. That's actually one of my, I think, big distinctions with like a lot of other people, is that whenever someone does that to me, I'm like, shut the f up. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, I was liberal my entire life. I'm from Denver, Colorado. I went to
but I'm not a liberal. That's the difference. Like I'm not. I think I have a different worldview than liberals in general.
Sure, but what I'm saying is, because I've gotten backlash for supporting Trump, obviously. Certain people from back home don't talk to me anymore. My own mother didn't talk to me for 6 months. So, like, there are people that have that kind of hatred that if you support this guy, I'm not going to affiliate with you at all.
For family, it's a little different, but I understand why people...
My mom Elon me for 6 months, bro.
But, I mean, I understand why people, your friends, would get mad at you over that, for sure. Because, like, supporting Trump is one thing, but then you also, like, you had him on the show and stuff, you know what I mean? It's like you're offering your platform to him, but you can't really platform the president. He's platforming you technically. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like so I get that argument as well.
He did a great, you got to admit, his strategy during the campaign. I mean,
for sure. But no one else can do that anyway. Like JD Vance was on your pod. I remember watching that, and he sucks. Like he is so.
I think he's actually the smartest one.
Yeah, smart doesn't mean telegenic or charismatic, though. And he's just such a whiny little baby. When I hear him talk, I'm like, ugh, shut the up, dude.
Why? I mean, do you have a specific example?
Yeah, many, as a matter of fact. He's always, first of all, he has the vibes of a person that's just like desperately trying to get you to like him. Yeah. But from the perspective of an intelligent guy, for sure. Yeah. He is an intelligent dude. But he just comes across as so fake. I don't know. I think he's pretty. He has the fake politician vibes down pat. He just says shit that you agree with. That's why you don't read it, in my opinion. Like Kamala Harris is obviously a very inauthentic person.
Oh,
like
for sure, bro.
Yeah,
but I also don't think I don't know why it was always in my head, but I always just pictured. This is why one of the reasons why I actually do appreciate Trump more.
I was thinking of have you said thank you yet? But I didn't mention that. I should have mentioned that as an example, because that's like such a great example. Another thing that he did yesterday is a great example of this, where he's like trying to do this mealy-mouthed, squishy liberal apologia for eroding due process, which is a straightforward fascism, where he's just like, oh, but we've been invaded by so many migrants. My parents built this country. Well, how can you expect us to go to due process for 20 million peoples? And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Just say it with your goddamn chest, you fucking pussy. I hate you so much. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. It's like so stupid. What a fucking gross way to operate. I hate this smug, self-assured bullshit. I know I'm right, and people must be dumb or immoral to disagree with me. It's an easy way to go through life. Where is the due process thing? This is the real... The due process response that I saw was so fucking annoying. I got so mad. I got so mad that I couldn't fucking tweet about it. That's how mad I got. I can't stand this fucking asshole. In a lengthy ex-post published Tuesday, Vance wrote, here, this is it. Considering that Joe Biden allowed 20 million illegal aliens into our country, this places extraordinary burdens on our country. Our schools, hospitals, housing, and essential services were overwhelmed. On top of that, many of these illegal aliens committed violent crimes, facilitated fentanyl and sex trafficking. That's the situation we inherited. The American people elected Trump to solve this problem. The president successfully stopped the inflow of illegal aliens. To say the administration must observe due process is to beg the question. What process is due is a function of our resources, the public interest. He's like, sorry, we can't have due process because it's just too hard. Like, why are you effort posting about the erosion of a fundamental right for all people, citizen and non-citizen alike? Just say it with your fucking chest, pussy. Say it. Be like, I'm a fascist and I don't like due process because that means I can't deport everybody because I'm scared. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Have you said thank you? Have you said thank you once for the death camps that we're putting up for you?
Being around him with the cameras off, is he is the one that's making the decisions. He's calling the shots. I picture Kamala just like 5 people around her telling her what to do, her getting frustrated. She doesn't know what to do. Like, she was kind of just like...
I mean, I think, for the record, I think when it comes to being the president, it's probably good to listen to advisors.
No, I agree with you.
know?
I agree.
I don't know
good
if
to
we
listen,
should let Trump
but,
make all the decisions.
and I agree with that. But I'm saying he, at the end of the day, is going to go with what he believes in. Like, and he's going to tell you exactly what he believes. Like, everything he says he's going to do, he's probably going to do. Or at least attempt to do.
That's crazy. That's what I mean. That's why your stock portfolio is looking red right now.
Nah, but it's okay. We're still good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I didn't pull up in the whip like you, but we're doing good.
Wait.
Well,
no, here's the thing. Like, I don't agree with any of his policies, and we can talk about that as well, if you would like. But
you're the one that's making all the bread, streaming 7 days a week, 8 hours a day.
I'm definitely breaded up for sure.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing this now?
I've been doing it for how many years? I've been doing it. I started streaming part-time from 2018 to 2020, went full-time in 2020. So I've been doing it full-time for 5 years now.
Mm-hmm. But what do you average? Because I think I saw your number 4 or 5 on Twitch.
Yeah, I right now I get around 30 to 40,000, 50 to 60 if something big is happening, or like it could go all the way up to 300. I had 314,000 on election day.
Wow.
Yeah, but you brought up that I was breaded up, but it's like that's part of the reason why I can say no to crypto gambling website being like, hey, can we sponsor you for $1 million? I'm like, no. I'm good.
You don't need it.
I can't. Yeah, I don't need it. I'm not bought and sold in that way. If I take an advertising thing, like, it's just because,
Yeah, and also, guys, if you play one lineup for $5 on Prize Picks, you will get a free $50. Go download Prize Picks. It is the best app.
Jesus Christ.
We are hot right now with NBA. Was that your biggest stream of all time?
What was the
election day? 314,000.
That was my biggest. Yeah.
What was there? What's second?
Hit me in the face with a fucking ad.
I think it was January 6th or the election the last election.
Do you ever do anything that's not like politics driven? Yeah. Something I noticed about you and H3 is and I asked H3 this. I went on a show last week and I was like, bro, do you guys ever like talk about anything positive? Like, is there ever on here?
No, of course.
Well, I haven't noticed that.
No, I mean, because we're on a podcast. If you're asking me questions about, politics, I'm going to be political.
What do you think about the fact that someone released the Mount Rushmore of streamers? Did you see that photo?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was Aiden, Kai, Speed,
and Rice Gum. Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
You didn't agree with that?
No, I mean, I'm not saying I would be on it.
Where you at?
No. I wouldn't.
Okay, so what was crazy about that?
I think.
Just be honest. Who should be replaced with who?
If I'm being honest, like, I think Speed and Kai are deserving of that for sure. I guess, like, it's hard because.
How do you not think Aiden is deserving of that?
No, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's hard because on the one hand, like, I understand because Aiden is in some ways responsible for at least the beginning stages of like Kai and Speed as well. Like, he was as a content creator. I'm not talking about his politics. I'm not talking about what he does now. But as a content creator, I think he played a big role in that, right? He brought a lot of the W and L community up
So here's what I'm going to say.
On Twitch streaming and on the content sphere in general. And I think that was really good. But overall, if you're looking at like the accurate history of it all, if you dive a little bit further than that, like I would say, I don't really agree with the guy either, but Ninja probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like
that's a very fair argument.
Yeah. I think Ninja, I would say, probably deserves to be up there.
Here's what I think, and I thought you were bigger because you hoop all the time. You'd be a bigger NBA guy.
No,
okay,
I'm not.
But I've been like they talk about. Do you know who Nikola Jokic is?
Of course.
Okay, so they talk about how him and Curry aren't like top 10 players of all time, which is the dumbest thing ever. ESPN, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. You're all dumb. But they're in a sense people, especially Steph, that completely changed the NBA forever.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at Aiden as that guy like. I didn't really see anybody doing these like streams where they would just kick it, have these rappers on, shoot it, treat it more as like an interview and just hanging out. I think he really kind of revolutionized that, and he changed the game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not in that.
It's
space
not
as much
for a
as
lack
you.
of trying. It's just like he was the first to be able to get access to these types of people.
So he changed kind of the streaming game.
In that regard, yeah, I think that he was pivotal. That's why I said like he is. It's hard to say like Kai and Speed are formative and important, but then say that Aiden is not.
Yeah.
In that regard, for sure. Like I'm not undermining that as a content creator in and of itself.
You talked about Speed recently.
I love Speed.
I do too. He's a superstar, bro. Like,
no,
he might be one of the biggest celebrities in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
When I saw him
internationally, he definitely is.
I think he was at some spot in China and he was eating and he was like, I'm gonna go see what the crowd is outside, and it looked like fucking Beatles or the Stones were in town.
Yeah,
in the States.
Because he's also been getting like crazy coverage from Chinese news as well. Everywhere he goes, like they're writing about like how awesome it is that like this young influencer, the young American influencer, is like showing China in a different light to a lot of people, to Americans especially.
Bro, China probably loves him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
China looks. I want to go there after watching his stuff there.
Yeah, that's so crazy because like I've been wanting to go to China so bad. And
so why haven't you gone?
He went before me. I was like, damn.
Oh, you would do IRL there?
Yeah. That's what I do when I travel. I do a lot of IRLs.
Well, why don't you go now? Now that you know it's cool. And
I will. I have a set schedule of stuff that I have to do all the time, interviews, things of that nature. So, I'm setting it up as we speak.
To go to China.
Cuba. Yeah.
Why Cuba?
Why Cuba?
Well, just because people have done Cuba before, right?
No one.
No one's done Cuba?
No one has live streamed Cuba, I don't think.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Kilmar Breaker Garcia miraculously risen from the death camps and torture, now sipping margaritas with Senator Van Hollen in the tropical paradise of El Salvador. Yeah, they brought him out of the prison. Bro, he does not look good. He does not look like he's doing great. But I'm glad. And I also told you motherfuckers to stop assuming that he's dead. Did I not? Shut the fuck up. This is good. This is a good first step. God damn. Thank fucking Christ, dude. Holy shit. These pictures barely show his face. It doesn't matter. Van Hollen got to meet him, and that's important. I'm so happy about being wrong. He's probably there under duress. I don't know who that third person is. Could be his lawyer, maybe? I don't know. Why was there so much defiance and resistance to return him? You can see why people jumped on him for being dead. Am I nothing to you? Am I chopped liver to you, 56-month subscriber? I keep explaining to you why they don't want to fucking return him. God damn. Why do I do commentary for fucking 8 hours every day when it just goes over everybody's head? That's his wife's lawyer. He been on Van Hollen's live streams. Okay, yeah. I told you motherfuckers, the reasons as to why they don't want to release him is because the reason as to why they don't want to release him is not because, I mean, it could have been that he got murdered. I'm not saying that that wasn't the case. I wasn't willing to entertain that notion for numerous reasons. One, because it's unproductive. Two, because it's fucking traumatic. But last but not least, I think there was other reasons as to why they didn't want to release him at all or say nothing about his whereabouts at all. Partially because the administration does not want to even entertain a notion of bringing him back and admitting wrongdoing and have him speak on the conditions in the prison. And now he's going to most likely get to speak on the conditions of the prison to Van Hollen. Has Van Hollen himself confirmed this image isn't fake? What are you, crazy? You think this is AI, bro? They fucking Photoshop Van Hollen into this? Okay, some of y'all are going blue and on territory. I don't like it. The administration has goals. Part of the fucking goals is to use El Salvador as a place where you get disappeared. If you don't get disappeared, if you don't get fucking disappeared, then all of a sudden it loses its purpose. Why do you think they let him meet Van Hollen after saying no, blocking him from entering just hours ago? I think they realized the story isn't going away. More Dems are coming, and they need their votes to keep the money flowing. Yeah, I think so. I think it's the public pressure. I wonder what changed. They were so adamant about not letting Van Hollen talk to him. Donald Trump reads the fucking room. You got motherfuckers like Joe Rogan talking about, oh, I don't know, this like no due process stuff seems pretty crazy. That means vibe shift, okay? And by the way, make no mistake, vibe shift is going to continue because once you actually succumb to that public pressure, people are going to gain confidence that their actions actually are meaningful, that they can enact some kind of change. Why aren't you watching the Canadian leaders debate? Because I'm scared. Do you understand? You are 100% right. This was one of what will be many inflection points if they could send you there and you don't come back, and they would keep doing that and escalating the groups they were sending. Also, this was going to open the floodgate in media. Yes, and it still will open the floodgates in the media. This story is going to be a story that continues now because now there's more information. Do you understand? It's good. Oops. God, that fucking camera is so blown out. It's terrible. That shows your discontent that Democrat being a principled stance. As I've said, they want to make where dissidents disappear due process. This is the first. Hold on. Your anger and old man, can you type slower? Shut the fuck up. I was pooping. Did they let him go? I only saw the pig briefly. No, I don't think they've let him go yet, but it's good that this is like the first step. This is the first step. This is the first step. I said a pivotal moment that shows your anger and protests do matter. The Democrats taking a principled stance matters. As I've said, they want to make CCOT the place where dissidents disappear without due process. We cannot let this happen. This is the first small battle in a larger fight. What's your WPM, dog? Guys, I'm fucking thinking out loud while trying to stay under the fucking character limit. It's not the same as just typing out whatever the fuck you're saying, okay? Calm down. Why do I have to have this conversation every fucking time I type? Yes, I type slow to begin with, but yes, I type even slower when I'm fucking thinking and trying to craft a tweet under the character limit. Shut up. God damn. You fucking Zoomers don't even know how to read or write. Shut up. You're illiterate. You're illiterate. You're illiterate. You're fucking illiterate. Go watch the fucking Minecraft movie again and scream chicken jockey. God damn. Worst of all, some of you motherfuckers aren't even Zoomers. You're older than me and you're making fun of my typing speed. Guy's not a keyboard warrior arguing online all day long, so he's not used to typing as fast. Thank you. Exactly. Did you say chicken jockey? Check this out, Hasan. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? I'm done with y'all. Let's get back to it.
You can go there, but you got to get a special visa. It's technically illegal.
Okay. And you got that special treatment?
Well, I think I haven't figured it out, but I think you either get if you get a tourism visa or you can get.
East Community are saying your Bankai sword has a swastika. Yeah, because I'm a fucking secret Nazi, and not that it's a fucking Bleach sword. It's a sword from Bleach.
Get a journalist visa. I don't even think you can get a tourism visa right now because the American government technically designates them as a state sponsor of terror.
You got it. The silver bullet. This entire time I was fucking duking it out with Nazis online, teaching people what the fucking common dog whistles are so I could be a neo-Nazi on expert difficulty mode. You know? Wow. It's a Zompukto? Yeah. Dude, that is such a funny... That is so... sad. What a fucking sad and pathetic fucking, what a sad display of recognizing that you have lost the battle, you have lost the war, you have lost the argument, that you're like, actually, we got him, boys. God damn, his community is so fucking stupid, dude. Jesus Christ. How I can't understand how so many dummies can just like get together in one space and tune each other up to get even angrier about random shit. Man, goalpost moved all the way to the 1 yard line. Yeah, let's keep going.
Insane. It's gross.
Yeah. Okay.
That they're doing that. But yeah, I want to go and
maybe I'll go to China with you.
Yeah.
Would you invite me or not?
Would you want to come to China with me?
I want to go to Shanghai. I want to go to Beijing. I want to go do the stairs that Speed did.
The love.
Did he do a
stairs or
backflip
whatever?
on the? Or no? Am I tripping?
I
got a
think
little bit of anxiety. I don't think I'd go up there.
I don't think he did. Don't. It's that there's a net underneath it.
There is a net.
Yeah, they don't
Oh,
show.
See that?
Yeah, they don't show it.
Oh, he got mine.
There's
I
also
didn't
that
see that.
smooth part too. I'm like,
That
what
was
is that?
weird. I don't.
Yeah,
That's
why
like
did they have
asking you.
that?
Did you ever watch that show like XMZ or something where it was like
No.
an Asian show and they had to? It was like Ninja Warrior and they would always get rocked on stuff.
Yeah.
You never saw that?
No, but I get the concept. It's just weird that they put that smooth area.
They're
right
asking
there.
someone to fall into the net.
Yeah.
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 I did not like that.
I think maybe it's because like if you take it from a certain angle, it looks like it's a part of the space or something. Like it
Yeah.
looks like you're floating. Maybe I don't know. I couldn't comprehend it. I thought it was crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this now.
All right, let's do it.
Men in women's sports,
Men in women's sports,
trans.
trans women in women's sports.
Is it trans men in women's sports? Like
Well,
Lisa Thomas?
trans men would be
Women, right?
assigned. A trans man would be someone who's usually assigned female at birth, and then does
You gotta
gender
explain to me the
confirmation.
thing. I'm talking about a guy that becomes a chick that now is in
Yeah.
women's sports. Okay, that's what.
Yeah. Okay. So
You
trans
gotta
women.
dumb it down a little bit.
Trans women in women's sports.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Who cares?
Have you seen recently like the fencing and like the frisbee golf?
Frisbee golf.
Yeah,
Do
you
you hear?
see frisbee golf?
Do you hear yourself?
No, I think they should.
I gotta run it back. Okay, so trans
You gotta
women.
dumb it down a little bit.
Trans women in women's sports.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Who cares?
Have you seen recently like the fencing and like the frisbee golf?
Frisbee golf.
Yeah,
Do
you
hear?
see frisbee golf?
Do you hear yourself?
No, I think they should absolutely be able to compete in that. There's no edge there, right?
Like,
But they're
yeah.
putting that on the internet. I'm like, dude.
Also, fencing is
mean-
really funny because it's literally a co-ed sport. So who the cares?
You didn't
if
see
it's
the lady take a knee?
Yeah, I
refuse
saw,
to-
but it's a co-ed sport. What do you mean? You're just like, offense against a man,
Yeah.
offense against a woman, but not a trans woman. Like, what do you mean? It doesn't even
I
make
think there's
sense.
certain sports like where it should be allowed.
I think it should be allowed in all sports. I don't care. When
it comes to like gymnastics or like swimming, where like
Gymnastics is where women would have the edge, though. So they wouldn't
Did
even.
you see? Do you know who Caitlin Clark is?
Caitlin Clark? Yeah.
You know they released a tape and she had 22 points
On the
2 minutes.
on the men's team, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I gotta show her love really quick. That was absolutely insane.
She was dumping buckets on him.
Yeah, but if you think if you transitioned, you could play in the WNBA. Because you are a hooper.
Maybe.
Like coming off the bench, maybe.
Nah,
Don't call trans people it, Hasan. What the fuck are you saying?
I don't think so.
No?
I think they still cook me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. Like, it also depends, right?
They're hosting an open tryout in April 12th
Uh-huh.
for men's to practice against the LA women's team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna go for 30.
They
I don't know
will
what I'm gonna get.
Destroy
Okay,
your
you never seen me
soul.
play.
Bro, I'm looking at you right now. I
Bro,
can
I'm
tell.
strong, bro. I'm strong, and I can shoot.
I would love to see that.
All right, well, you can
I can't wait
dude. Me and
to
you could run the pick and roll all day, and we would actually go crazy.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, we would. Well, let's try
You
it.
think these are
What are you doing on April 12th?
You are.
No, but I know I'm confident in my game.
I'd be down, but we're gonna get embarrassed. Like I don't
No,
want to
pick
get
and run the
embarrassed.
pick and roll.
Bro.
Here's what you gotta do.
You
Get
think
the-
these are like?
You would not be in the WNBA, dude. The worst WNBA player to ever would fucking cook your ass. You are not. I know. That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like maybe like a bench warmer. I could get like a couple shots off, but yeah, of course I would fucking lose. That's my point. This is the classic dumb guy argument where people are just like, classic dumb guy argument where it's like, no, these professional basketball players, we could destroy them because they're women. It's like, are you kidding me? That's their whole life, dude.
Like dainty. You think these are
I'm
like
a
like your
competitor.
mom or your sister or something? Like these are professional athletes.
Okay, here's what you gotta do. You can do this.
I have played against women. They're
No, and they're good, but get the rebound and pass me the ball, and we will win the game. I promise you, right there.
It's not that easy.
Get the rebound and give me the rock, and
It's
we will be in there. And we will win.
They
Okay?
would cook us.
It's
like
let's go, bro. It's an
first,
open
if
tryout.
we're talking like
Kaylin, yes.
if
Kaylin,
we're talking like an
I don't wanna play
NCAA Division I athlete, like a male who's a NCAA Division I athlete basketball playing against the women's team, there's definitely an athletic advantage for a cisgender man for sure.
Now I'm
even
starting
then
to get the vibes.
even then there's a wide range. You
I'm
know
starting
what I
to
mean?
get the vibes. You're like the big man that only shoots threes. Like you're afraid. To
I
play in the
I
paint.
do shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah,
but I play
see,
big.
you got to play your size.
I know how to play big.
Okay, because
Yeah, I know.
you're giving me that vibe. Though.
I
You know
can
what I'm
put-
talking about? The guy you play pickup with that like only shoots threes is the biggest guy.
As long as you
won't go to
make
paint.
Hey, who cares? Three's bigger than two.
No, know your
We
role,
just talked
bro.
about how Steph Curry redefined the game.
You're not. You can't
What,
shoot
you
off
got
the dribble
issues
like
with
that.
Wemby?
You can't shoot off the. No, Wemby. I think if he stays healthy, he'll be the best player ever.
I think so too, but we'll see. He needs to put some beef on them bones. He's
Wow,
trying.
it's probably hard to gain weight when you're that fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
alien.
Are you a fan of the UFC?
I like the UFC.
Okay.
Khabib.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The Eagle. I'll rock with McGregor. You
Yeah,
rock
the
with...
the Dagestanis, they clean house out there. It's crazy.
Well, because they have no distractions, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, you can't compete a biological man with a woman. That is the stupid shit. Like they shown in South Park. Bro pulled up South Park as a reference to why something in the real world could not work. That's amazing, dude. Like you didn't even go live action with it. You went fucking South Park, dude. What the fuck? Why would you demonstrate how intellectually stunted you are like this? Works cited South Park. God damn.
yeah, exactly.
They get rich and then they just have money. Like they don't.
yeah,
They don't
That's what you
experience a lot
need,
of the
though.
other stuff. I agree with you, but I'm saying when you live in a place like Dagestan,
mm-hmm.
you don't have access to the type of things that you do in Brazil, Ireland, America.
Those
like,
guys still go to like Dubai, though. They travel. You know,
I-
they just got discipline. That's what it is. That's what their development is. That's what their upbringing is. It's just different.
Have you ever watched McGregor? Like, I don't know if you scroll on TikTok, but you could see a lot of his like motivational stuff from years ago. When
I
he-
wonder if he kept what I said here. This is the part that I was interested about because I was just straight up like Conor McGregor was a rapist. I was like, nope. Because he was trying to like say how much Conor McGregor's like trajectory meant to him. And I just straight up was like, nope.
coming up when he was broke.
I think I've seen some of it because I've seen compilations of like how he changed as a person after and how like that kind of ruined his entire personality.
I wanted to actually tell everybody this too, and this is just something that I witnessed. But I've been a huge he's an inspiration to me. Even when he was just starting in the UFC, because he was so confident.
I wonder if
Yeah.
he did. He might have
Absolute
cut this.
entertainer.
He
and
might have
was
cut my
just-
response.
He said in the beginning, he was like, "I'm only fighting to get rich, to take care of my family, to take care of my kids' kids, and I don't give a about anything else." Let me. say
I don't
one
really
thing.
fuck with him.
This is
I
sorry
and
to cut you off.
What?
This is what Kanye's been tweeting about too, and I
Who?
think he said
Kanye.
Kanye.
Oh, Kanye.
He said something about like
Oh yeah, I think he did. Yeah. I said I don't really fuck with him, and then I just straight up laid into Conor McGregor. I was like, "No, dog, he's a rapist." I literally was like, "Nope, he's a rapist, dude." Like, and not even like a he said she said type situation. I was like, "No, that motherfucker is a convicted rapist." I think I also then started railing into the admin too. I was like, "It's like rapist Wakanda." I can't remember exactly what it was. Blame Megaphonics. Yeah, Megaphonics. Why'd you cut that, dude? That's fucked up. Megaphonics is his producer. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
every CEO should leverage their power to get something crazy like that.
That's weird. Why don't you just be a nice person?
And I agree with you, but what I'm saying is that like what going off what you're saying is these people get into that position of power
Yeah.
and then they just use that. Was that what you're going after?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say people that get into a position of power with like profound privilege, and then from that platform, they just start shitting on people that have less than them. I think they're losers, dude.
Who does that?
That's what it is. Like all these guys, like Conor McGregor, being like immigrants are ruining Ireland. It's like, bro, like these are people that are just trying to survive. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way I see it. Like I don't think some random Guatemalan dude or Salvadoran dude that like trekked 2,000 fucking miles to come here is a bad dude. Like,
I don't disagree with you, but you have to do things the right way. And there are people that try and do things the right way.
no, but here's the problem. In terms of doing things the right way, of course, you think those guys wouldn't want to come in through the legal process, and they're just like adventurists, and they just think like, oh, it's so much more cool if I go through the desert. No, the right way is inaccessible. So when you make certain things inaccessible, people that are desperate
But that's
are
how it
going to
has
go
to be
through the
in
wrong
some,
way.
no?
No, I don't think that's how
You
it
can't
has
just
to be.
let everybody in here.
I think it'd be better if we processed every single person that's like making a legal asylum claim expeditiously and allow them to become tax-paying citizens, which they already do pay taxes, but even pay more taxes, and participate in the American economy in even more meaningful ways. That's my assessment of the situation. But also, I think Connor was literally talking about like documented immigrants anyway, because it's Ireland. Ireland doesn't have like a big undocumented immigrant issue. No, but I'm planning on going soon.
Bro, it's awesome. It's sick.
Ireland is dope. It's very fucking cool. Their politics are very good.
Well, how do you feel about like the Bonnie Blue and like the Lily Phillips? Because they took the internet by storm.
Are those the two ladies
The
that
1,000
are like
guys in a day?
Dudes? Yo, I have so much respect for them.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's so impressive.
What is impressive about that?
What do you mean? Can you 1,000 women in one day?
If I had the substances around me,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think I could. I could do 200.
I feel like the.
What's the most you could do?
Could
you do more than 20?
No.
Yeah, yours has to be all like.
I don't think.
You got to have that physical connection, emotional connection to do it.
That, but also like, no, I mean, I'm a dude at the end of the day. I'm just still gonna, but
Yeah.
like, I just think that I would not have the stamina to be able to do that. So I do.
You don't think there's anything about that?
There's
that's
like something
too
that's
degenerate,
physically.
though?
There's something that's physically impressive about that, undeniably so. Come, dude.
Okay, so what do you think is more impressive? Braun playing in back-to-backs at 40 or Bonnie Blue taking 1,000 in one day?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think it's hard. I'm a big LeBron glazer, so I'm gonna.
Me too. We can agree on that.
I think LeBron James.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Good.
But yeah, at the age of 40,
he hit me. He hit me in my fucking soft spot. He hit me. He ulted. You compare anything that LeBron James does to anyone else, I'm gonna say LeBron James. Very few exceptions. You know what I mean?
Actually, goddamn, he's
Yeah.
what an
That's
icon. What a fucking icon.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of NBA guys?
Mount Rushmore of NBA guys? I mean,
Four
it's just,
people, bro.
It's just generational. So
No,
I
you gotta
think
just
it's
pick four.
like across the board.
Yeah, bro. You can't.
I mean, it's LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and you know what? I'm gonna do a sleeper pick, Tim Duncan. Which is not even a sleeper
but that's
pick.
how I know you know the NBA.
But that's not even a sleeper pick, but like that's not someone that I think that would.
He's probably the best four of all time.
Yeah, I don't think he would get the respect he deserves in that regard in that situation.
He's incredible. I'll give you that. I think Steph should be on there, but yes.
I think Steph Curry is a great player.
I had to do a unk pick, dude. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you got so many. It's the NBA, chat. I know. Kobe, Shaq. Yes, I know. But like, even maybe Dirk.
Yeah.
For sure. And it is undeniable that he has changed the game.
100%.
Some might even say for the worse.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean, yeah, it's definitely made the game not as physical and like
yeah,
a little bit.
Listen, 3 is bigger than 2.
That's true.
That's
we
what
can
it
both
is.
do math here.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you can have the same consistency with your 3-point shot, ain't nobody's taking those long range middies like Kevin Garnett anymore.
No, they're
that's
not.
done.
I miss KG. Do you ever watch I love Jeff Teague. Do you ever watch him?
Who?
Jeff Teague. He played point guard for a while. He just talks NBA stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who Lou Williams is?
No.
You know?
No, I don't know who Lou Williams
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you real quick. He's one of the best scorers. 6 man.
Okay.
And he literally told the story. He was like, "Yeah, I showed up to the Atlanta. He played for the Hawks. He was like, yeah, I went to Magic City until 8 or 9 a.m. Blacked out. Played the Knicks at noon. And he was like, bro, I had no choice. Went and told Doc Rivers, I can't play. I'm blacked out right now." and he said, Doc made me play
the
entire second
off
quarter
the
so I
list.
could sweat it out. And then he had 25 in the fourth quarter. Hammered.
That's crazy.
Crazy, bro. This is like, the NBA is not like that anymore.
That's the athlete. What? Harden.
These guys definitely play.
Harden.
Yeah, Harden does that. But I mean, like, that was just a story to tell. But, all right, last thing I want to leave you with is, can I fix the beef between you and H3?
I mean, look, it's not on my end. Well, first of all, we do have significant disagreement.
You retweeted AI pics of Garcia and that Democrat guy? What? AI pics? What are you saying? Did Senator Chris Van Hollen also tweet AI pics? Bro, what is going on, dude? Yo, blue and on chatters. Stop. Fucking stop, dude. God damn. Everything's computer. I know. Okay. I love Tesla. Everything's computer, but you got to stop. Oh my God. Zoomers are done. Motherfuckers are seeing AI everywhere, dude. Trump is imposing martial law on April 20th. Everyone's dead, including Kilmar. He's dead. This is an AI pick. What the fuck is happening? Not their reasoning being this. I can't find it in the news. Elderly lady. Oh, sorry. Couldn't find any article about it. Yeah, because it just happened. I didn't realize her name was Elderly Lady. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry for yelling. Yes, it's not. I like that you have... I like that you and only you, if you're using it, that you are thinking that everything is AI picks. Because I would rather have elderly ladies think everything is AI picks than fall for AI picks in general. So that's good. That's a healthy, skeptical approach that you have. But for everybody else that's not an elderly lady, don't fucking do this. Okay? It's good. It's a healthy default position to have. If you are an elderly lady, I want my mom to have this position as well, because I constantly catch her watching AI videos of dogs and stuff on Instagram, and I suspect that once you watch one AI video, Instagram only serves you AI videos, and that's scary. It's so scary. So it's good that you have that approach. It's healthy skepticism. Don't let anybody take you away from that. Okay? It's crazy because I'll be like, Mom, you're watching AI videos. And she goes, but it's cute. And I have no answer to that. Like, she knows it's AI, and I'm just scared. I'm scared. When I see that, I get scared because I'm like, oh, God, what if you believe this? You know? Did you cover Dark Woke Blue Anon's new theory that J.D. Vance is a serial child molester that was a scourge to Ohio Valley? Oh, yeah, I did. Saturday. Big reveal. Are you kidding me? Andrew, hashtag I am the resistance, follows me, by the way. Which is awesome. I didn't know he followed me. I didn't know someone so significant in the Blue Anosphere was following me. He said, you changed your name 3 times because you kept getting caught raping children in the Ohio Valley. And I have witnesses who can and will testify against you on this. I cannot wait to put you in prison for the rest of your life, you sick fuck. And then he posted the Midas Touch Conservatives or Pedophiles compilation, which I unironically do love this compilation. It's very good. And he said, this all starts to make sense when you zoom out, and then said hashtag GOP pedo ring. Now, I want to mention something. Okay. I want to mention something here. This is good. It's good. It's Blue Anon engagement bait. Libs are going crazy a little bit, but it's good that they're going crazy in the same way that QAnon went crazy, where they're like, turns out all the fucking, it's not the liberals that were all pedophiles. It's the conservatives that were all pedophiles, which, by the way, there's a lot more evidence for prominent conservatives being pedophiles. Let's be real, as the Midas Touch video shows. But, you know, I'm so happy this blew up, which is not something I would be saying if I was making it up. That's not giving me a lot of confidence. These people are fucking gross and have been covering the track very well, but it's all a stack of cards that's about to fall. Please check out my most recent space where I talk about it. It's pinned to the top of my page, but I'll link it here as well. You guys understand that at this point, everything they accuse us is a confession of what they do. With that in mind, I present to you this QAnon thread. Keep in mind what they claim Democrats are doing and what Trump will expose and bring down. Oh my God, he flipped the script. Oh my God, he literally is saying it's not QAnon, it's Blue Anon. I feel like I materialized this. I joked a little bit too much about Lebanon and and Blue Anon, and now they're doing it. They're like actually doing it. It makes me kind of happy that dark woke is real. Fuck it. Oh, they got their army of schizophrenics. So do we, you know? That's like, you know, that's just what you got to do sometimes. I was about to break this news, in parentheses, tweet on Monday, but I was afraid to get cooked. Good. That's good. So you're proving that it's good that I sometimes make fun of chatters who come to me with this information. And that causes you to, at the very least, like maintain a level of skepticism over shit that you see on your timeline that you want to bring to me, like a dog would bring a dead squirrel as a gift. This is good. It's good that you know that to not do that. Oh man, this is great. NOT HasanAbi collab.
Many people have been asking me how do I feel about being on Hasan's live stream. I mean, it was really cool. It seemed like he wanted me on it. Like, maybe it's just me. He seemed a little nervous to come up to me. But it's really cool that us two influencers were able to collaborate like this. Like, honestly, it was such an honor. We're basically best friends now. I love you. Many people have been asking.
Yeah, I like this. I fucking hate TikTok desktop. It's so ass. I hope you bring receipts because Vance seems like the type of dude that will strike back in this. He can sue me, but he won't because that would invite the process of discovery. Isn't that right, JD Vance? Or do you prefer James Donald Bowman or James David Hamill? He got him. Fucking got him, dude. Let's go.
On a fairly important
Okay,
issue.
outside of Israel and Palestine,
Yeah.
what else are your major disagreements?
I don't care about anything else in terms of like what his output is. Like I defended him for a year after our podcast ended. And I was like, I don't care about what he's saying because people will constantly come in and try to make drama and be like, oh, he's saying this or that. And I was like, look, I don't really care. Like there's a genocide going on. I care about that. I care about covering that more than I care about what like, you know, Ethan is saying. And it feels like somewhere along the way, he just like lost it, you know, where he made so
Like
many.
lost it in what way though? Because he's in great shape now. Lost a lot of weight.
Ironically enough,
Changed his life.
yeah, ironically enough, he's supposed to be the happiest he's ever been. But if you look at him, or at least when I see him on stream and whatnot, he just looks so unhappy in comparison to how much happier he was when he was fat. And
Well, because he was eating good, bro.
probably that's probably part of what it is. But he's tried to deplatform me multiple times. Like he's talked about like suing me, suing random anonymous Redditors to get their
I told you
information.
to stay off that.
Dude, that's what I said. I was like, bro, just stabs. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to do this politics? Especially because, like, ironically enough, he stopped doing the podcast together because he was like, oh, I can't do this podcasting on the politics front because people get very mad. Sometimes they misconstrue what I'm saying. Sometimes they have disagreements, you know, and people get really vicious. And this space that I'm in is very vicious. Politics is very vicious, especially on the progressive side. And, you know, I feel like if he just like stuck to, you know, drama, comedy, goofs and gabs, like he probably would be in a way happier mental space. But he just literally cannot stop talking about everyone that's pro-Palestine. And it's interesting because there are people out there who say that they're pro-Palestine, but let's be real, they hate Jews, right?
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of,
Hey, listen, you want to get popping again on, if your engagement's down, start hating on the Jews. And you get
for
popping
sure.
again,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. And there are very prominent people who do this, right? So for him to like constantly come after me when his knows I'm not anti-Semitic and making these inferences that I am and like partnering with like the ADL and
I think that he maybe looked at your relationship as a friendship too.
yeah,
So maybe
no.
he thinks that you're not looking at his perspective.
No,
where
I
he
think
comes from.
I think that's precisely that plays a big role in it for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a little bit of narcissism. We're all narcissists to a certain degree. We're on camera. We want to be liked. We want to.
So he didn't push back against your anti-Semitism? Yeah. Yeah. He's compromised.
We want to have our opinions validated, and I feel like there was a disconnect with his own audience that he had cultivated. Many progressive people that were like, seems like you're maybe defensive over Israel a little bit. And then he was like, oh, you're saying that because I'm a Jewish person. Like, and no, lo and behold.
I mean,
like,
I will say this. There is a lot of hate out there.
no, for sure.
This is something I actually despise about this entire industry is you don't think you could ever just reach out to him off camera and just give him a
At this
phone call?
stage,
By the way, E yesterday said that he never said that you are anti-Semitic, but you spread propaganda around anti-Semitism, Lamau. Dog, he's literally called me a fucking terrorist supporter and an anti-Semite numerous times. That's so crazy.
And
At
be
this
like, hey,
stage,
bro, like,
I don't.
what's going on? We can't
At
just
this
figure
stage, I
it
don't
out?
think so. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Because like the last text message I sent him literally was like after he had done these like call out posts being like, you love terrorists. Like this, come on, dude. He was talking to a civil litigator, like an injury lawyer the other day, and he's like, can we get this guy charged with like domestic terrorism? And like on the one hand he's joking, but on the other hand, dudes are getting kidnapped off the street by ICE agents for literally doing anti-Israel protest.
The crew told E to never say never. Wait, he played the semantics card. He literally says shit and completely forgets the next day. I think he just has an unlimited faucet of calling whoever he is branded an enemy virtually every fucking smear under the sun. His sub says they want to deport you to El Salvador. Please send me that link. That's really funny. There ain't no fucking way. Yeah, he said that, and then he unpaused the video from iDubbbz, and in the video, iDubbbz showed him a clip of you calling him. No. Okay, send me the link to this. I gotta see this. He said that, and then he unpaused the video from iDubbbz, and then the video iDubbbz showed a clip of him calling you an anti-Semite. That's hilarious. Dude, what are we doing? He's like a 40-year-old man with multiple children that is just the most childish person you've ever met. Like, no self-control, no self-restraint whatsoever. But because he's rich, he's like surrounded by other adults who constantly have to fucking nanny him. Is this it?
I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist.
That's not what I accused you of, but go on. Keep straw manning what I said. Co-signed by Ian.
I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true.
Didn't call you a vicious anti-Semite.
Well, never say never.
Well, I think he's. I think he's.
You've definitely called him an anti-Semite many times.
Vicious is different. I think.
Yo, that's crazy. You're on fucking crack cocaine if you can get away with saying that. Oh my god.
I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't think he does it intentionally.
I'm just saying.
What?
I think you said raging.
Yeah, raging.
I don't remember.
You maybe never used vicious specific.
I don't think I've ever said, like, I don't think he consciously hates Jewish people. I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't even, but I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think I am, but it doesn't really matter.
That'll end up being the next clip that plays.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. It's fine.
I'm just saying. Just never say never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been.
Why? What? Are we actually doing this frat bro thing? This is the fucking cutting. This is the cutting.
Dude, he just backtracked on the numerous times he's actually called me anti-Semitic, recognizing that it's a fucking false statement in this very moment when he's getting called out for it. Then went, what? Are we doing this frat bro shit? Dude, Ethan Klein loves talking about people's looks. That's like his #1 thing that he loves to do. He calls everybody ugly and fat all the time in the most Mean Girls way possible. And I can't fucking shit on him too much for that. I do it too sometimes. You know, I call a succulent, porky looking cop a pig. You know, I'll fat shame a fat cop sometimes. You know, I've done my fair share of this. Or when Marco Rubio's earlobes fucking have their own gravitational pull, right? Having said that, however, the reason why I specifically said, Ethan, you are more handsome than me, both mentally and physically, is a joke, which is, again, I know for Ethan that's weird because he thinks a joke is when someone is a pedophile or like a neo-Nazi. That's what he thinks a joke is. When he goes on like a vicious smear campaign, that's the only thing that he thinks is a joke. Everything else is like, I don't understand. But the reason why I made that joke is because he constantly talks about the way I look. It's weird as fuck. Why you lie to Ethan Law? That's why. That's the joke. The joke is Ethan is right about every fucking statement he's made.
Cutting edge criticism that Hasan's hotter than me? Are we actually doing this?
Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally.
What? You can say you're smarter than me. I don't care about that. But like, why are you doing the like, I'm hot and you're not? Like, what is this?
I don't think he
What
got
is
it.
this? Holy shit, bro. By the way, he still hasn't watched the content, Nuke. I guarantee it. The content puke.
Been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that.
Okay,
That's not even in the content, Nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know?
Okay. There you go. You fucking debunked.
I think he's referencing the post of him in the tub, because in that post you talked about his glasses. I was wondering if that's what
I think he told me at one point. I mean, he might have both. But no, I'm 100% sure that
I told him that my glasses were fake? Bro, what is this man doing? Dude, please just stop lying for like 1 second, dude. There's no fucking way. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude.
One time he came on Leftovers and he was wearing unprescription glasses.
That's
100%. So I mean, like he might have both, or maybe his vision.
I just remember the last
worsened since then,
episode.
I
He
don't know.
said, I remember the last episode. He said he didn't have his on him. Maybe that's what you're referring to. He said he couldn't see the screen the last episode of.
No, I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to something else. But I mean, fine. You got me on the glasses thing. Fucking owned, I guess.
Well, everything. How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
This intro goes kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, especially when the music kicks in. Like this, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I felt like this intro, like Ian cooked on this.
Wakey,
wakey, Ethan.
Like it gets real corny, but this part is hard.
Bro, what? I cannot believe what I'm seeing. This is
Oh
just,
no, they
I
like
can't,
it.
I
Oh
can't
no, the crew likes it.
do it.
I'm to be away.
Did you tell him to say he's hotter than me? Was that your line? I think it probably was. Okay.
Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is
Denham's who, once again, aligning himself with
Sean Denham say there's more footage, release the bloopers, I-dubs. Dude, yeah, that was a one-take Jake, by the way. I did the Wake Up Ethan. One shot at it, dude. The boy could be an actor, you know what I mean?
Denham's, who literally calls my wife a baby killer, amongst other insane, terrible things.
All right, he's just like, dude, this is such a funny way to react to this. Like, yeah, I pause a lot, okay? When I react to shit, I pause a lot, but goddamn, dude, this motherfucker literally took 3 hours, it seems, to go through 10 minutes of the fucking 10 minutes. E-fans went full circle. Keem gets it. Couldn't have said it any 1,000 upvotes. They've changed their stance on calling it a genocide too.
Not defending what Israel did in Gaza since October 7th. Like the way they handled that has just been awful.
Yeah.
I don't even have words. You know, we've
Well,
never
there is one word, genocide. That's a good word for it.
once defended what happened there.
I mean, I've even
It
been
still
like,
is happening.
I've even been like, yeah. I mean, I think I've even called it a genocide, and I can definitely understand. I definitely think it might be. You know, it depends on. I don't need to keep continually.
Wait, what?
One sec. Yeah, it's fine. We're just having a side combo, but it's fine. One sec.
Ethan Klein is awkwardly silenced when his wife, Hila Klein, the reader of Ramallah, DMs him to correct him on the use of the word genocide to describe what Israel's doing to Palestinians. What the fuck is happening on this? What is happening on this podcast? No, there's no way. You guys don't know if he's DMing Hila or not. No, you don't know. You don't know what this message is about. You don't know what the.
Anyway, I'm not talking about Gaza, right? I'm talking about Tel Aviv.
No, you guys have no idea. I mean, it's weird, but you have no idea who is having a conversation with what. Look at the wide shot. There's no way. We've literally been right about literally everything almost 2 years, and you've been wrong. No, that's fair. But I just don't know, and neither do you. You skipped over the best part. You need to go back to the beginning of when he saw you pop up. I'm being so real. What is it? 1-3-52.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs.
It's a cloudy day in Los Angeles.
That's my line.
Having a fantastic one.
Wait, is this live?
By the way, Hasan literally goes and talks about how I'm obsessed with him and I can't talk about him, and I can't stop talking about him. And this is what he's working on in the while he's complaining about that.
He disliked it. Dude, when did you record this? Keep going. He loses it when he sees Frogan. Bro, I can't watch it because he just like keeps pausing, dude. He keeps pausing. Also, the reaction to Frogan by everyone, including XQC, is so fucking gross, dude. Straight up. You're fucking gross. That's all it is. Everybody acts like Frogan is the fucking Antichrist, okay? And it's so transparent what these fucking losers are doing. Like, you can have disagreements with Frogan if you want, but god damn, everyone is immediately, like, their reaction is so visceral. It's so goddamn visceral. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. This shit is so fucking normalized. Like, Asmongold, XQC, I saw some of them go fucking viral too. It's like, yeah, bro, she's hijabi. I know. And don't even fucking for a moment act like that does not contribute to this. They will say, oh, it's because we hate her opinions. Like, no, you reacted that way specifically for a very specific purpose, bro. I hate this. I hate this shit so much. But it's not necessarily the reaction, and I think it's more so that it's so normalized to behave this way. It really grosses me out. And I know people will try to fucking do the, wow, you're so ruthless for calling out the Islamophobia here and calling out the racism here. I wasn't being racist, and then fucking fight tooth and nail. But it's gross as fuck. Okay? That wasn't the part I was talking about, bro. Keep watching until you bring up the content nuke to see his reaction. I don't care about fucking Ethan's reaction. I don't even want to see it anymore. I'm just so pissed off. What are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing? How are we so goddamn cruel? You know what I mean? How is that allowed? How do other people in the community don't fucking check these people? You know what I mean? Why is that appropriate? Why is that in any way, shape, or form appropriate? Like, that's a fucking peer, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry she doesn't have fucking 30,000 live concurrent viewers. Maybe then you would suck up to her and respect her. Gross. Fucking gross, dude. Not only is that gross, but I know how vicious people get. She's a woman. She's loud. She loves drama. And she's a hijabi. And she's Muslim. Yeah, she's a Muslim and also visibly Muslim. Just like the quintuple Monty. One of the most upvoted comments was calling it a token hijabi. Yeah. Wonder why there aren't that many prominent hijabi content creators, especially in this space, given how fucking gross and vicious we are to anyone who's like visibly Muslim. Jesus Christ. That's why I get stoked on people like Agent. Like, I love that Agent is unashamed and uncompromising and is just himself, and he'll bust out the fucking prayer rug and talk about it and doesn't have an issue with it, and nobody can talk shit. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of representation does go a long way, especially when the market is flooded with people who are just so shamelessly and so fucking unapologetically gross to Muslim people, especially Muslim women. They're gross to women in general, but holy fuck, especially as a Muslim woman, this shit pisses me off so much. Gross.